Most people think that successful people are simply stronger, smarter, or more talented than everyone else. But psychology tells a different story. The people who never give up aren't necessarily the most gifted. They are the ones who have learned how to keep moving, even when they don't feel like it. Because the truth is, nobody feels motivated every single day. Nobody wakes up every morning filled with confidence, certainty, and energy. Even the strongest minds experience doubt. Even the most successful people experience fear. Even champions have moments when they want to quit. The difference is what they do next. When most people face failure, they ask, "Why is this happening to me?" But people who never give up ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" That small shift in perspective changes everything. They don't see failure as a dead end. They see it as information. They see it as feedback. They see it as part of the process. Every setback becomes a lesson. Every mistake becomes a teacher. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to grow. And over time, those lessons become strength. You see, resilience is not something you're born with. It's something you build. Every time you continue after a disappointment, you become a little stronger. Every time you keep going despite fear, you become a little braver. Every time you refuse to quit, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you imagined. The human mind is incredibly powerful, but it often lies to us. When things get difficult, it whispers, "Maybe you're not good enough. Maybe you should stop. Maybe this isn't meant for you." And if you're not careful, you start believing those thoughts. But people who never give up understand something important. A thought is not a fact. Just because your mind says something doesn't make it true. They learn to observe their doubts without surrendering to them. They learn to feel fear without letting fear make their decisions. They learn to experience pain without allowing pain to define their future. Because growth has always lived on the other side of discomfort. The strongest version of yourself is not created when life is easy. It is created when life is hard. When nobody believes in you. When results are slow. When progress feels invisible. When giving up seems easier than continuing. That is the moment that matters most. Because every great achievement begins with a decision. A decision to continue. A decision to endure. A decision to believe in a future that you cannot yet see. And here's what many people don't realize. Success is rarely about intensity. It's about consistency. Anyone can work hard for a day. Anyone can stay motivated for a week. But the people who change their lives are the ones who keep showing up for months, for years, for as long as it takes. They understand that small actions repeated daily become extraordinary outcomes. One step doesn't seem significant, but thousands of steps can take you anywhere in the world. One effort doesn't seem powerful, but repeated effort can transform an entire life. So if you're struggling right now, if you're tired, if you're frustrated, if you're wondering whether all of this effort is worth it, remember this. The greatest breakthroughs often come right after the hardest moments. The strongest people are not those who never fall. They are those who rise every single time they do. Your story is not over because you failed. Your story is not over because things became difficult. Your story is only over when you decide to stop writing it. So keep going, keep learning, keep growing, keep fighting for the person you are becoming. Because one day, you will look back at this chapter of your life and realize that the moments you wanted to quit were the moments that made you unstoppable. And that is the psychology of people who never give up. There comes a point in every journey when effort and reward stop moving together. You work harder, yet the result seems smaller. You sacrifice more, yet the progress becomes harder to see. And that's where most dreams disappear. Not in failure, not in disaster, but in silence. In the quiet space between hard work and visible success. Because human beings crave evidence. We want proof that what we're doing matters. We want signs that we're moving forward. We want certainty before we continue. But life rarely works that way. The most important transformations happen beneath the surface. A seed spends weeks growing roots before anyone sees a single leaf. A mountain is shaped by pressure long before it changes shape. And character is built in exactly the same way. Long before the world notices your growth, you are becoming someone different, more disciplined, more patient, more capable, more prepared. Every difficult season is developing qualities that comfort never could. Pressure teaches focus. Responsibility teaches maturity. Adversity teaches wisdom. And struggle reveals strengths you never knew existed. That's why some people emerge from hardship stronger, while others are broken by it. The circumstance is not always the difference. The interpretation is. One person sees an obstacle and concludes, "This is the end." Another sees the same obstacle and says, "This is training." One mindset creates surrender. The other creates transformation. Think about the strongest people you've ever admired, not because of what they achieved, but because of who they became. Their confidence wasn't handed to them, it was earned. Their courage wasn't inherited, it was practiced. Their resilience wasn't a gift, it was forged through countless moments when quitting seemed reasonable. Yet they continued, not because they were certain, but because they were committed. And commitment is a force that outlasts emotion. Feelings change, circumstances change, motivation rises and falls. But a decision, a genuine decision, can survive all of it. That's why greatness often looks ordinary from the outside. It's not always dramatic. It's not always exciting. Sometimes greatness is waking up and trying again. Sometimes greatness is staying focused when nobody is watching. Sometimes greatness is carrying a dream through seasons of doubt, day after day, step after step, without applause, without recognition, without guarantees, until eventually, the world calls it success. But what they don't see are the years spent becoming the person capable of handling that success. Because achievement is never just about reaching a destination. It's about earning the identity required to stand there. And perhaps that's the real reward. Not the trophy, not the title, not the money, but the person staring back at you in the mirror. The person who learned to endure uncertainty. The person who refused to be defined by temporary setbacks. The person who kept moving through darkness long enough to find the light. So if the road feels longer than you expected, good. If the challenge seems greater than you imagined, good. If the climb is testing every part of your character, even better. Because difficult roads do not exist to stop extraordinary people. They exist to create them. And somewhere ahead, beyond the frustration, beyond the waiting, beyond the obstacles that seem impossible today, a stronger version of you is waiting. Keep walking toward that person. The distance may be greater than you hoped, but the destination is worth every step. And here's something few people talk about: the cost of unrealized potential. Not the pain of failure, not the disappointment of rejection, but the burden of wondering, what could I have become if I hadn't stopped? Years from now, most people won't regret the risks they took. They'll regret the opportunities they abandoned, the ideas they never pursued, the conversations they never had, the goals they convinced themselves were impossible. Because time has a strange way of revealing the truth. It exposes excuses, it uncovers missed chances, and it asks a question that cannot be avoided. Did you become everything you were capable of becoming? That's a difficult question, because deep down, you already know the answer. You know when you've given your best, and you know when fear has been making decisions on your behalf. Fear is persuasive. It speaks with confidence. It sounds logical. It presents endless reasons to wait. Wait until you're ready. Wait until conditions improve. Wait until you have more experience. Wait until you feel confident. But confidence is rarely the beginning of action. More often, confidence is the result of action. People don't become fearless and then take the first step. They take the first step and slowly become less afraid. They move forward despite uncertainty. They act despite hesitation. They trust themselves before there is evidence that they should. And that trust changes everything. Because every meaningful achievement requires a leap. A moment when you choose faith over certainty, growth over comfort, possibility over familiarity. The future belongs to those willing to enter the unknown, not because they know exactly what will happen, but because they refuse to let uncertainty control their lives. Think about how much strength is hidden inside you right now. Strength that hasn't been tested, wisdom that hasn't been discovered, potential that hasn't been expressed, entire abilities waiting for the right challenge to awaken them. You are capable of far more than your current circumstances suggest, far more than your recent results imply, far more than your doubts would have you believe. The problem is, potential means nothing without action. Talent means nothing without discipline. Dreams mean nothing without commitment. The bridge between who you are and who you could become is built through daily choices. Not once, not occasionally, but repeatedly, again and again, especially on the days when enthusiasm disappears. Because character reveals itself when excitement fades, when nobody is encouraging you, when progress slows down, when the outcome remains uncertain. Those are the moments that separate interest from dedication. Anyone can chase a dream when everything is working. But can you continue when nothing seems to be working? Can you stay focused when distractions multiply? Can you remain patient when results take longer than expected? Can you maintain belief when evidence is scarce? That is where true power lives. Not in talent, not in luck, not in perfect circumstances, but in persistence, quiet, relentless, unshakable persistence, the kind that refuses to surrender its vision, the kind that survives disappointment, the kind that keeps building while others are waiting. And eventually, life rewards that persistence, not always immediately, not always in the way you expect, but eventually, because effort accumulates, lessons accumulate, experience accumulates, and one day, what seemed impossible becomes inevitable. People will call it luck. They will call it timing. They will call it natural ability. But you'll know the truth. You'll remember the early mornings, the difficult nights, the sacrifices no one saw, the battles nobody knew you were fighting. You'll remember every moment when quitting felt tempting, and every moment you chose to continue. That's when you'll understand something extraordinary. The greatest victory was never over the obstacle. The greatest victory was over the version of yourself that wanted to give up. And once you conquer that, very little in this world can stop you.